everybody, today we are back with the second episode of Makoto Wakaido Case File Trilogy Deluxe, and that is a mouthful. Anyways, if you are interested in seeing episode 1, it is available on my YouTube channel, but today we are going to be playing Case File number 2. It is called the Bogeyman's Woods. I am super excited to get into this. For those of you who don't know, this is a pixel art style game. It is also a mystery solving game, which are two of my favorite aspects put into one. So I'm super stoked to get into it. I want to say a big thank you again to Hakababunko for choosing me as a content creator for this game. I am absolutely loving it so far, and I hope you all enjoy the video, so let's get in. Okay, so here we are at the second case file of the Bogeyman's Woods. I am super looking forward to doing this. Oh, this gives me like little Minecraft vibes. Like the Endermans. Although I guess not so cute when you're like playing Minecraft and accidentally make eye contact, but you know, otherwise cute. This game is a wow. Comes Makoto, probably Makoto. As a kid, I loved listening to my grandpa's stories about his detective days. When I became a detective myself, I was put on a case related to one he'd once worked on. It felt like destiny. I'm Makoto Wakaido. I've scheduled a visit. Ooh, are we at like a prison? A visit with the chair? It's been a while. It really has. Where is this guy? How's the little one doing? Doing great doesn't even cut it. It definitely looks like a prison. And you came here just to give me the good news? Not only that, I didn't have the chance to hear about my grandfather as much as I wanted. Could I bother you for some tales about the good old days? As you wish. Let's make this visit a fruitful one. It all started in the depth of the woods, near an isolated village in O Prefecture. At the center of the story was a family whose old traditions had survived modernity. The whole village seemed to agree on what had happened to the victim. That poor soul got spirited away. And here comes the prologue. I found him. Here, in the spirit woods. It's the spirit. The spirit took another one. Oh. I was supposed to move. Okay. Let's talk to them. What's going on? Did they find the missing person? That seems to be the case. The spirit woods, as they call them, are just over there. I'll go check the situation out. Good evening, officer. How's it looking? Did they find this person alive? Unfortunately, it was too late. Right. It's over there, isn't it? Yes, sir. You can't miss it. I'll go and wait for you there. I'd better go and take a look. Spirit woods. Ooh! Ooh, that looks a little painful. Prologue looks for clues at the crime scene. Okay, let's talk to the person first. Hello. I'm Detective Wakaido from the Prefectural Police. I've been put in charge of this case. Detective Wakaido, I didn't know you'd be working on this with us. I've already collected all the info I could from the scene. Feel free to ask me anything. Tell me about the victim. Were we able to confirm the victim's identity? Yes, sir. Several of the people who were involved in the search recognized him. He is Tsuchigo Sendo, head of the most influential family in the village. The victim is Sendo's head. What's the cause of death? It looks like he's on spikes. How did the victim die? There are signs of blunt trauma to the head, and one of the rocks near him is covered in blood. We also noticed several puncture wounds all over his body, and clear signs of a slip and fall. The most likely hypothesis is that he fell from the bridge up above. Fell and hit his head. Estimated time of death. If you have an estimated time of death. Judging from the testimonies of the victim's family, our time frame is between midnight and 6 a.m. Do you know anything else? My colleague over there could have some more information. Please ask him anything, sir. I better talk to the other cop, too. I should listen to what the officer in the scene have to report. It looks like he's wearing, like, something on his head. Ooh, a kitty! What? I can't talk to the kitty? Because I have to listen to the officer? Hello. If it isn't Detective Wakaido, thank you again for helping out with the serial manhole cover theft case. Oh. Oh, you're on that too? Nice to work with you again. Thank you, sir. I will help however I can. How was the body found? So how did the body come to be discovered? This morning, the Sendo family reported that Mr. Tsuchiko, Mr. Sagako, Mr. T had gone missing. The villagers had been helping by combing the woods. They eventually found his body in this area, which they refer to as the Spirit Woods. Interesting name. Technically, these would be the Woods of Blessing. However, the village has a history of mysterious disappearances. The missing people, believed to have been spirited away, were eventually all found dead here, hence the nickname. Spirited away to the woods. How to find more info. How should I go about gathering info? You can raise certain pieces of information on your notepad, then you'll be able to ask and find out more about them. Try it out on me, sir. I'll try raising a piece of notepad. Right, he told me to give him a call if I ever need help. I guess I can count on the Yazumi Detective Agency if I ever get stuck with the investigation. His assistant, Akane, will probably be the only one in the office, but oh well. So, let's talk about the victim being Sendo's head. The Sendo family. Is this Sendo family a big deal around here? It certainly is. It boasts both influence and wealth. During its long history, it has made many contributions to the village. The people here have great trust in the Sendo, and they would never speak ill of them. I see, a well-to-do bunch. The cause of death. Sounds like the poor lad fell to his death from the bridge. What do you make of it? There are several broken branches on the trees validating that scenario. Most people are talking about an unfortunate accident, but there's enough reason to believe otherwise. There's a weird setup around the body. Look at the weird setup around the body. I want to talk to the kitty! What am I looking at? Examine the body. Someone has put a bull mask and a straw cape on the victim. What exactly is going on here? Examine the surroundings. There are no traces of the body being dragged, nor is there any weapon or any other murder implement around. I have to assume he really did fall down that bridge. Examine more thoroughly. Taking a better look, both the mask and the cape are spotless. Could they have gone through that fall without a single scratch? Maybe the costume has been put on the victim after he died? Costume put on after death, potentially? Let's talk to both the police about the costume thing. The mask and straw cape. Could it be that someone else put the mask and straw cape on the victim? Incidentally, forensics found something rather interesting in that regard. Neither the cape nor the mask have the victim's fingerprints on them. Then someone else must have put them on him. We may be looking at more than an accident here. Accident, possibly murder. We'll talk to the other officer about it. Detective Wakaido, sir. Thank you for your help. Oh. Any clue about that mask and straw cape? Yes, sir. They're used as part of a traditional ceremony in the village. Usually they're kept in the Sendo family storehouse. Costumes usually locked away. Okay. Can I talk to the cat now? What's the cat doing here? Ain't no scaredy cat, are you? Sniff, sniff. Meow. Oh. Goodbye, Kibby. Okay. The deuce. So for those of you who aren't familiar with the game or haven't watched my first playthrough, deduce is when you connect the clues that you've discovered to facts about the case to try and figure out like what is going on. Time to put together all the info I got. The head of the Sendo family was reported missing, and the villagers searched the mountain for him. Unfortunately, the man was already dead by the time he was found. What was the cause of death? Fell and hit his head. The cause of death is he fell and hit his head. Right, it's likely that the victim died falling from a bridge. The body was found in the Woods of Blessing. However, that's not what the villagers call that place. They call it the Spirit Woods. Why the nickname? Spirited away to the woods. Right, other people have been spirited away and then found there in the past. The way the body was found, it's really easy to write it all off as an accident, but something about the body made me raise my eyebrows. What was that? The costume. Right, it's possible that the mask and the straw cape were put on the body after death. That seems sus if I do say so myself. What little I know about the mask and the cape is enough of suspicion. What was that? Normally locked away. Right, the mask and cape were normally kept in the Sendo family storehouse. I scrapped the info I'm not gonna need anymore. Meaning, chances I'm looking at a murder. I'll also need to learn more about the storehouse and how it's locked. People being spirited away in a village looks like it came out of a history book. Not what I'd expect in this day and age. I'll need to work under the assumption that this was no accident. The Sendo family is in need of some questioning. I assume off to the Sendo house we go. Oh, look! The Bogeyman in the woods. Talk to this officer. Accident. Are we really looking at an accidental fall from the bridge? The way he was found seems to suggest that. The villagers who helped out with the search all say he was spirited away. Spirited away. What's all this spirited away business about? There have been similar cases here in the past. Someone goes missing and they find the body a few days later in the woods. The villagers consider it a supernatural happening, a curse of sorts. Okay, should I just keep walking? Can I talk to him again? It's not giving me the option to use my notepad. Oh. Victim? The victim was from the Sendo family, right? Yes, sir. Most influential family in the village, and he was the head of it. That's their house that you can see over there. Little mansion. Okay, now we're at the Sendo Manor. There are more places I can go to now. After I'm done looking around here, I'll need to check out the other places as well. Let's talk to, I guess, the equivalent of a receptionist? Thank you for cooperation. I'm Detective Wakaido from the Prefectural Police. My, aren't you young for a detective? There are a couple of things I'd like to ask you about this case. Case? Wasn't it just an accident? Your relationship with the victim. I'm assuming you're a member of the Sendo family? Sorry to have to ask you this, but how are you related to Tsuhiko? I'm Hamiko, eldest daughter of the Sendo family. Tsuhiko is my brother. I live with the rest of the family. Are there any other Sendo around? Ikataro, our eldest sibling, passed away when he was young, just as Tsuhiko did. The gloomy one over there is Mitsuyo, the youngest, and our storehouse we also have a complete family tree. Like I'm gonna remember all those names, sure. I can't even pronounce them. Let's take a look at this painting. I guess that's Sendo? Or the head of the Sendo family. These must be pictures of all the previous heads of the family. All. The family tree was in the storehouse, I think. I'll go check it once I'm done questioning the people here. Okay. Thank you for your cooperation. I'm Detective Wakaido from the Prefectural Police. Oh, I don't know anything. That is super sus. Not gonna lie. What's your relationship with the victim? Could you tell me how you're related to Sekiko? I'm the third oldest man in the family, Mitsuyo. He was my older brother. My condolences. Thanks. Would you say Taseko was on good terms with you and his other siblings? More or less, I guess, as far as siblings go. I never stood out much with the family anyway, so... Look at the costume. When he was found in the woods, Taseko was wearing a mask and a straw cape. The spirit's costume? What do you mean, spirit? It's a legendary creature we worship here in the village. That mask and straw cape are modeled after it. We usually only take that costume out of the storehouse for the festival, though. Parents from these parts tell stories to their children. Better behave or the spirit will come and get you. A bogeyman spiriting people away. Is there anything in here that I can- yes, okay. I'm gonna ask them about this before I go away. So let's talk about the death being between 12 and 6. Your alibi. What were you doing between midnight and 6 a.m.? You're telling me I'm a suspect? The insolence. Of course, I used to hope that Taseko would hurry up and die so I could get my share of the inheritance. But if we're talking motives, everyone here had one. Anyway, last night I was resting in my room. By yourself? Precisely. So you have no alibi. I mean, to be fair, it was between midnight and 6 a.m., so, like, her sleeping in her room isn't unreasonable. Oh, hello. Tell me about your alibi. What were you doing between midnight and 6 a.m.? Reading in my room. Am I a suspect? Let's talk about the boogeyman spiriting people away. The spirit. I'm assuming this is the same spirit that's getting the blame for the spirited away people. Correct, and it really happened too. It was years ago. A girl just often disappeared. I heard that they found her dead in the woods after a few days. It's the spirit's curse. This village is no stranger to it. The mask and straw cape. When Taseko was found in the woods, he was wearing a mask and a straw cape. Mask and a straw cape. Why would he... What's more, it looks like someone put those on him after he died. Huh? I heard that normally. Those things are kept in your family's storehouse. They are, but it's locked, so it's not like anyone can just come in and get them. Okay, well. Either somebody left it unlocked, or one of you guys are very guilty. This all stuff on the property. Oh, I see. Okay, so that's how I moved there. But it was... Let's go to the field road. I would like to ask you a few questions about this case. It's the curse. Oh, it's the curse! Curse. What you know. Do you know anything about the spirited away cases? Meddle in this no longer, unless it's snatch you too. Please explain. Oops. Please explain. Snatch as in abduct me? Heed my words, anger it not, it will snatch you. Okay, but please explain. If you know anything, I'd really appreciate it if you could. It watches, it sees all, it hears all, no secret is kept from the great spirit. It's a curse. A curse. Okay, I definitely learned a lot, thank you. Who is that? I don't think I've met this person yet. I guess she's- oh, okay, she's in this scene somewhere. But I can talk to you about whatever the bogeyman spiriting people is. May I have a word with you? Be my guest, just you be careful with old Maram, she's a handful, especially for outsiders. I have noticed. Look at the curse. When people talk about the curse, are they referring to the spirit that drags its victims into the woods? Act naughty and it'll snatch you. That's scary. That's one frightening spirit. Them's what the festival swore. Got the costume from the Sendo storehouse and all. It's so the spirit don't get mad. Tell me about the spirit. What do the people in the village think of these spirited away disappearances? What's your reason to think? You hear stories from your old folks all your life. Go around gossiping and the spirit will come for you. We're all scared of our boots, that's what we think. Okay. Fair, fair. Here's the lady. Thank you for your cooperation. I'm Detective Wakaido from the Prefectural Police. My pleasure. Tell me about your relationship with the victim. Could you tell me how you're related to Tsugo? My name is Seiko, but Tsugo was my husband. My deepest condolences. Listen, Detective, this was no accident. Tsugo was murdered. Somebody killed him. It must have been someone from the family. I'm looking into it. If you see anything suspicious, please let me know. Tell me about your alibi for the time of the death. I mean, no offense, but as a formality, I need to ask you this. What were you doing between midnight and 6 a.m.? I was sleeping in my room, right next to my husband's, only divided by a paper sliding door. Okay. That's, I think, all I can do in this scene currently. So let's move... Let's go back here and see if I can ask them anything again. Yes. The people spirited away. Do you know anything about the spirited away cases that happened here? All I heard from the villagers is that it's an old belief, a spirit that kidnaps people who have done bad things. Sounds like the kind of thing parents everywhere tell their children to make them behave. Fair. Okay, so... I got everything there. There's gotta be somewhere in the manor that I can get to. Yeah, I can probably get some more information from the people here. Let's talk about the storehouse being locked. The storehouse door. Does anyone in the Sendo family have access to the storehouse keys? Only the current head of the family. Before he died, Tsugo was in charge of them. Okay. Let's talk to you about it. And then possibly his wife? Oh, hello. The storehouse door. I was told Tsugo had the key to the storehouse. Do you reckon the lock could have been broken? I don't know anything about the storehouse. You want to ask Tsugo's wife. I was right. Okay, so let's go ask his wife, who is on the road back here. So we can check all of the other clues. So let's go talk to the wife. The storehouse lock broken. I was told Tsugo had the key to the storehouse. Do you reckon the lock could have been broken? Not as far as I know, and I help with the festival preparations every year. The lock was in perfect condition every time I saw my husband open it. Okay. Let's go back to the manor and see if anybody has anything to say about that. Pretty sure you got all the info you can from here. But it would be nice if somebody would show me the storehouse. Okay, so there's more info I can get from here, I believe, because when I walk in, it doesn't say, like, I'm pretty sure I got all the info I can from here. I've been questioning all interested people. What about you? Heard anything useful? Well, we've been questioning everyone we could as well, but we gained very little from it. What with the incident taking place at night, nobody had an alibi we can confirm beyond any doubt. No presently confirmed alibi. Did I already ask him of his impression? You've spoken to the Sendo family too, right? What impression did they give you? Tsugo's wife was very upset. She insisted someone from the family must be behind her husband's death. If you ask me, the victim's siblings didn't seem very troubled at all by his death. Sister against brother. Oops. Didn't mean to do that. Let's talk to the first police officer here. Yeah. Okay. Did anyone visit? Did anyone come to visit the scene since I was here last time? Yes, sir. Several villages gathered, prayed for the victim, and then left. The mask and straw cape. That costume still looks so weird to me. Oh, about that. The officer from the local station told me that the past cases also featured the same mask and cape. Apparently, they're usually kept in the Sendo family storehouse. Okay. Can I talk about any of this stuff with... Yes, I can. Just this one. With the police officer back here. Siblings disagreements. Bet you they're already arguing about who will be the next head of the family. Indeed, the eldest daughter, Himiko in particular, looks like it's a crucial issue to her. I wonder how the rest of the family is responding. They all have motives. Okay. Let's go back to... Let's see if we can talk to anybody here again. Mask also seen in past cases. People spirited away before. I've heard there have been similar disappearances in the past. I know anything about them. Wish I could help you, but no clue about them details. Okay, so nothing here. Let's go back to the road and see if we can talk to anybody again. Potentially the wife? I don't know if we're gonna get anything new from... Yeah, no, nothing new from her. Does that mean that the storehouse right now is still locked? Yes, I would think so. It's an old decorative lock and nobody would go out of their way to open it if not for the festival. It's only unlocked for the festival, which is a lead. We can talk to her and the farmer. I think it's a farmer. Detective. So only open for the festival. When the old head of the family, Ichitaro, was spirited away, was it the day of the festival and were the mask and cape also found there? It happened on a normal day, completely unrelated to the festival. The mask and straw cape are there, but I've heard the storehouse was found locked back then too. The farmer. Have you ever entered the Sendo storehouse when preparing for the festival? Sure, every year. Them's family heads open it up for us. Lock's one old sturdy thing. Fancy key too. Ain't no locksmith can make one like it anymore. Okay, the deuce. Time to put together all the info I got. I went and questioned the Sendo, the victim's relatives. Not one of them had an alibi. What's more, they look like they're on terrible terms with each other. It's possible that one of them is involved in Tasugo's death. Who stood to profit from Tasugo's death? Sister. Who wants to be the head. I guess it's not the sister. Oh, I gotta click it again. Okay. Who else stood to profit from it? They all have motives. Is that right? Right, every single relative of his had enough of a motive to kill him. The storehouse was locked and the key was in possession of the head of the family, Tsugo. Nobody could enter it without his permission. However, the spirit's costume was found outside after each of the past disappearances. Could it be that the storehouse's lock is broken? In which state is the storehouse's lock right now? They mentioned that the storehouse was in good shape. Oh. Probably locked? Right, the storehouse was locked, no doubt about that. More than one villager talked about the mysterious disappearances at the hand of a spirit. But you can't build a case around a fairy tale. The mysterious disappearances in the village. How do the villagers refer to them? Spirited away. Right, the disappeared people are said to have been spirited away. An officer got some info from the local police station, info about other past disappearances. Thing is, there's something tying those past cases to the current one. What was found along with the victim's body after those past disappearances? Mask. Right, the same mask and straw cape as we found this time. I scrapped out the info I'm not going to need anymore. Whatever's behind this death must go way back. I need to find out more about the people who were spirited away before. Hello? Are you a beekeeper? Lovely beekeeper. The mask and cape. The mask and cape costume is based off the spirit worshipped in the village, correct? Correct date. We used it for the festival we do in the spirit's honor. Anyway, gotta get back to work. Ain't no vegetable picking themselves. Probably not a beekeeper. Farmer. The storehouse lock. I heard the Sendo family head had the only key to the storehouse. You heard right, he'd open it for us before the festival. None other can open it, not even them other Sendo folks. What does the village think of the Sendo family? Them's like gods for us. Show you how much we owe them. When them folks was spirited away years ago, it was them Sendo who helped us sort it all out. I mind they still got them records from back then at the police station. The police station, huh? I should probably take a visit to the police station then. I am taking a visit to the police station then. Excuse me. You're an officer, right? Thank you for your work. Cat near the body. Yeah, I wonder about the kitty. There was a cat in the woods where the body was found. Had a little bell on his collar. Any idea whose cat it could be? Oh, ought to be Masayo's. You know, Masayo Sendo. She's been around looking for it. Combing the woods. You took part in the search for Tsugo, right? Did you see anything peculiar? Ain't seen much of nothing. This time around, though, Seiko is losing it. Poor soul. Makes you feel for her. Were the Sendo there too? Or Hamiko and Mitsuo Sendo also taking part in the search. They wasn't on the mountain with us, I reckon. But you know, at times like these, the Sendo let all use their house to rest and such. I figured them two siblings bring their own rooms, helping out somehow. Talk to the other police officer. Sorry to intrude while you work. It's not a detective. Tell me how I can be of help. Info from the villagers. Did the villagers notice anything unusual while searching the woods? They did say that the remaining Sendo siblings were terribly cruel about it all, just like when Chitara disappeared. Your old file case records. All the files in here are pretty old. Somewhere among them must be the records of the spirited away cases. Hello, ma'am. Detective Wakaido. I'm with the police. My pleasure, Detective. I'm Masayo Sendo. My condolences. I'm very sorry that your grandfather... Oh, actually my grandfather was Ichitaro. May I ask you about him? Certainly, but all I know about him is secondhand from my grandmother. He died before I was born. Okay, let's talk to... I assume your grandmother? Are you Ichitaro's wife? And you are? Police, here's my badge. I see. Detective Wakaido, is that right? Let's have a chat. I would like to hear about your husband and the family's past, as well as the case on hand. Would that be alright? Sure, there's little about the Sendo that I don't know. I want to take a look at everything quickly before this. I guess this is a note, but I cannot read Japanese. Here's the costume. There's something on the ground. Examine it. A toy ball? Dropped toy ball. Okay. Let's see. Let's talk about the granddad she never met. How can I help you? My grandfather you never met. What have you heard about him from your grandmother? Oh, you know, just some old stories. It seems like he had a way of driving Grandma mad by being constantly busy with this and that. But sometimes she stumbles for words. There must be something about his past that she's not comfortable sharing. Makoto keeping quiet. Stumbling for words. What kind of topic makes your grandmother stumble for words? Surprisingly normal topics, like how she spent time alone in the mansion or how she got along with Grandpa's siblings. Let's go see if we can talk to anybody in the field road. So we can talk to Sayo about her cat. Masayo's cat. Oh, is that yours? No, sir, it's Masayo's. Who's Masayo? Who's this Masayo? You don't know? Masayo Sendo, we're friends. I found her cat, so I was on my way to bring it to her. Would you say you and Masayo were close? Oh yeah, we've been friends since we were kids. She'd come tag along when I helped my grandpa work in the fields, and we chat about our lives and such. What kind of things did Masayo tell you? About her cat, for example. She'd put catnip in a toy ball and he'd go fetch it for her, stuff like that. So her toy ball is in the shed. Also, well, she talked about her grandma's times pretty often. Masayo's grandfather. Do you know anything about Masayo's grandfather? I've heard about him from her. She told me he was an entrepreneur with a very strong sense of justice. Can't remember much more than that. It's been ages since we talked about those things. Go back to the storehouse and ask you about the dropped toy ball if we get that's the place. Well, maybe we have something we can talk about here. Yeah, probably get some more information. We'll do that while we're here. Okay. Well, it says I can probably get some more info here, but have anything that I can ask them that's new yet, as far as I can tell. We already talked about all of that. We talked about all of that too. So let's just continue on with the other locations and then see if we can get anything else from them afterwards. I do want to know about the toy ball, but it doesn't look like I can ask them anything new yet either. I already heard this stuff. Let's go into the house. See if we can get anything from them inside. I didn't mean to do that. Okay. I can talk about Toshiko being in charge of the key. Tsugo had the key. So, Tsugo had the key to the storehouse. Is it possible he let anyone else hold on to it? Ask Makoto. Maybe she knows. The previous head of the family, Ishitara, was her husband after all. Okay. So that would be... maybe... forget who is who. Okay, not here. Back here then. No. In the storehouse. Okay. Not here. For some reason. Unless I can just ask about it without having to bring it up in my nose. We'll try that. Okay, no, I can't bring it up. Let's go check out the crime scene again. Nothing I can do here either. You're the only one left here? Yes, sir. They just carried away the victim's body. Tell me about the other officer. Wasn't there another officer here with you? Where's he gone? Yes, he was here, but the higher-ups told us one officer was more than enough and that he should go back as soon as the body left. Okay. You were here. Oh, detective, it's you. The body was found here. This place still has a smell of death on it. Are you sure you're fine? It's not easy, but I want to pray for my husband. The Sendo family. I imagine the Sendo siblings are constantly fighting about who will be the next head of the family. Himiko was with me when we heard that my husband had been found dead. Do you know what the first thing she said was? We need to start planning the family's course of action. That's what. Even if her brothers die, all she cares about is becoming head of the family. Himiko obsessed with title. I'll talk to her more about it. Miko's obsession. What did she mean by course of action? She was talking about the family's future, as if she was already the new leader. The audacity. Okay. Let's go back here. Did not mean to do that again. Let's talk about Himiko being obsessed with title. Miko's obsession. You're all having a mighty hard time agreeing on Tsugo's successor, isn't that so? There's a lot of discussion going on, but in the end, the title will go to the oldest living son. Tradition is above all here. The Sendo power struggle. Okay. Let's go check out the storehouse again, see if I can bring up anything about that stuff. Oh my goodness, why do I keep doing that? Okay. I feel super involved in the mystery though. Like I am very curious about just everything. The Sendo power struggle. I also at this point have like no idea of who it could be. Although I'm feeling suspicious of the girl in the front of the banner. The Sendo troubles. What did you do after your husband had passed? I had a newborn baby with me, so I thought I'd have to leave, but Tsugo, kind as he was, let me stay and took care of us. Who had the key? So Tsugo wasn't the only one who had access to the key. He used to be my husband who had the key since he was the head of the family. When I heard that the mask and cape were found on Tsugo's body, I came here to open the lock and check. Who else had the key? Is there anyone apart from you two who could have used the key? No, sir, it's a very old key, too old to duplicate. Tsugo and I held onto it, and that was it. You and Tsugo had the key. Does that... I missed that part. It does. There are no other keys. The Sendo had an artesian make that lock and key generations ago. Duplicating it would be too hard, and I doubt it could be picked or forced open either. The lock wasn't picked. I do want to say what she said at the beginning. Does that mean that if someone wanted to open the storehouse, they need your key? Yes. Okay. If I inspect the ball again, will it tell me anything new? Okay. Let's visit the inside again. Can I take a look at the portrait yet? No. Okay. Nothing new in here, but I can probably get some more information apparently, so... Tell me why you're busy. You say you're busy, is that because of the preparations for the funeral, discussing who will succeed to Seago and so on? That's none of your concern. Okay. I heard that the costume is normally stored at the storehouse. Indeed, normally. It beats me how anyone can take it out. Seago must have been really careless with that key. Seago's siblings also need permission to enter the storehouse. They would need to ask him for the key, yes, except nobody ever has any business in that old shack. Permission is needed to enter the storehouse. See if I can get anything new from these guys. It's hard to remember the questions I've asked and what I haven't. Next head of the family. You're the next son in line, so will you become the head of the Sendo family? Normally, yes, but Himiko won't make it easy. Himiko looks busy. Himiko looks awfully busy. Preparing a funeral is no easy task. Have you been busy as well with all that's happened? Not really, no. Himiko will take care of things, probably. I guess let's go check out the storehouse again. Okay, I got all the info I can from there, apparently. Let's see if I also get that when I go to the manor. Yeah, pretty sure I got all the info I can from here. Let's check out the field road. Pretty sure I got all the info I can from here. Let's check out the crime scene. Probably get some more information here. Let's see if he has anything new to talk about. I see that Tasugo's wife came to see her husband. How's she been holding up? She has barely spoken a word. When she's not crying, she's shaking. I haven't found it in me to speak to her. Any other visitors? Did anybody visit except for Tasugo's wife? Villagers passing by, paying their respects to the victim, but that's it. Talk to the wife. Ichitaro's death. Did his siblings react similarly when Ichitaro passed? They all put on their mourning faces, but that was just for show. They immediately started talking about successors and whatnot. Tasugo was the only one to think about poor Makoto, who'd lost her husband and her daughter, who'd lost her father. Or sibling relationships. Can I bring up anything? I cannot. Okay. Let's see if there's anything new at the police station. We'll probably get some more info here. Nothing yet. Can I talk about any of the stuff with them? Just the poor sibling relationships. While in their house, did the Sendo's behavior strike you in any way? Not that striking, but they were holed up in their own rooms all along. The place was dead silent. Go figure how they stayed so calm, I thought. But wait, don't tell me them suspects. Unfaced siblings is probably... yeah. Yes. Back to So Shiga went missing and was found dead, same as his older brother, and the rest of them just stayed calm throughout both times. They did, but after all, the whole case was filed as an accident. Past cases considered accidents. Past disappearances. I'd like to know more about the people who've gone missing before in the village. The first case of someone's being spirited away happened years ago before Charo's death. It was a local girl. They searched the whole village for days, but to no avail. She was then found dead in the woods. And near her body, the spirit's mask and straw cape were put up as if to look down on her. Why do they say spirited away? Is that why the villagers started saying that people were being spirited away? Not quite. According to our records, nobody was using that term after the first case. But the second and third followed soon after. That's when people started talking about the spirit's curse. Didn't anybody have questions? Isn't it weird to just chalk it up as an accident? Didn't the Sendo family have any questions about that? Questions? Charo's wife wasn't satisfied with that decision, but his siblings didn't take it too badly. We still have the records from those disappearances here at the station. Feel free to read them. The spirit of the one before. Okay, now I can read and we don't. Past spirited away cases. This must be the file with the records from the earlier disappearances before Charo's. The first girl wasn't said to be spirited away. But when the second person went missing shortly after, the term was already in use. That's what it says. After the first disappearance. The deuce. Trying to put together all the info I got. The local police station still had the file cases for the village's past disappearances. The villagers chalked them up as people being spirited away, and the cases ended up without so much as a suspect. However, some people had doubts, but what did the police make of those cases? They were considered accidents? Right, they filed all of them as accidents. Some villagers stated that Himiko and Mitsuo were uncannily cool when notified of their brother's death. Can someone really keep their cool after losing a brother for the second time? Or maybe it's exactly because they already went through this with Ichitaro. And what does Seiko have to say about those two? Right, they had poor sibling relationships, right. Unlike the villagers, Seiko was appalled by how cool Himiko and Mitsuo remained. When Ichitaro died, his brother, Tsugo, took his place as the head of the Sendo family. Now that Tsugo is dead too, the family needs to decide on a successor. It's either going to be Himiko or Mitsuo, but it looks like they're still far from agreeing on either. So what's the issue that the Sendo family has to deal with? It usually goes to the eldest son? The power struggle? They have a power struggle, right? The survivors in the family are obsessed with the title head of the family. For generations, the head of Sendo has been in charge of the key to the storehouse. It's the only person who can enter it at will. However, Ichitaro used to share his responsibility with his wife Makoto. Then Ichitaro died, and Tsugo became the next head of the family. And who's in charge of the key now? Who is in charge of the key now? Tsugo is in charge of the key? No, Tsugo is not in charge of the key. He is not alive. Tsugo and Makoto? Right, Tsugo and his sister-in-law Makoto were in charge of the key. I scrapped the info I'm not going to need anymore. Nothing like a convenient accident to spice up a family succession dispute, and I still have so many questions about that key. I feel like we haven't, like, really gotten any super info yet, except for the fact that the family don't like each other. Talk to this guy. He looks like he's in pain. Hey there, detective. Combing the woods. Did you take part in the search for Chisugo? I couldn't. I've got a condition, you know. I'm visiting the clinic day in, day out like it was a temple. Could have guessed one of the Sunday would be spirited away too, huh? Spirited away. Why? What's so unexpected about that? I mean, all those people went missing one after the other, and then we'd find them on that mountain. And who'd help us sort things out every time? The Sendo family. It was a given. We got no baddies here, but we got heroes protecting the village. Never made sense to me, even as a kid. The Sendo family. And the Sendo family would be the ones standing to protect the village? You know, my house is in the outskirts, almost out of the village. Turns out it's because of my grandpa. Or was it my grandpa's grandpa? Anyway, after the first spirited him away, he thought he'd had it all figured out too. He blamed the Sendo. But he was wrong, and people wanted to chase them out. The Sendo let him stay where I live now. Still, who knows, it was a long time ago. Maybe the Sendo stand to protect themselves, and that's it. That's my 2 cents. Trust. Okay, we're at the clinic. I think this is like the farmer, one of the farmers. We have a few words. Oh, Mr. Detective, sure thing. Anything suspicious? Did you happen to notice anything suspicious? Me, myself, no. But lately the doctor's been busy treating some folk. Maybe he's got some gossip for you. Why you're at the clinic? Why are you at the clinic today? You look more healthy to me. You sweet talker. I'm just bringing a couple of radishes to the doctor. Okay. Can I talk to you about anything? No, you're not. Okay. There are some very old newspapers here. Let's read them. I wonder if they wrote about the disappearances back then. Tragic incident befalls young lady, spirited away for 3 days. Article on old newspaper. Talk to the doctor. Sorry to bother you while you work. Oh, why, it's no bother. How long have you been here? I take it you've been seeing patients here for many years now. It's been quite a few years indeed. It's not much of a clinic, but I can treat any minor wound at all, right? Any other patients? Do you have any patients who come here on a regular basis? They all do. They come here to gossip, mostly. I mean, as long as they're healthy, I can't complain. That's all for here. We have many locations now. Let's start at the crime scene. Let's move our way back. May I bother you again? You're the one here still tossing and throwing. It's clear you take this seriously. Tsugo and his wife. Did Tsugo and his wife ever have children? Never, and Makoto's daughter passed away after marrying, so we're lucky Masao came back. Come back? What do you mean? Her father's family was no good. When her mother died, they chased Masao away, only keeping her brother with them. How Makoto was doing. Have you noticed anything weird in Makoto's behavior since her husband, Ichitaro, passed away? Back then, Tsugo said she'd take care of her, and people praised it. Tsugo said he'd take care of her, and people praised him for his kindness. But if I were in Seiko's shoes and his wife, I would have had a thing or 3 to say about that. Tsugo would take Makoto to the storehouse to show her how to use the key. Tell me that's not suspicious. Tsugo and Makoto. That's juicy. We got another farmer? Or is that the cop? Are you here to pay respects? Oh yes, I owe so much to his folks. Tsugo. So you're here to see the late Tsugo. He was a good fellow. I'm sorry he had to go like so. Anything wrong with Himiko? Is anything wrong? You seem to be glancing at Himiko. It's just, this morning I was taking my walk to the shrine and I saw someone. It's still dark, so I wouldn't bet my hat on it, but sure looked like a lady. Woman seen at dawn. The Sendo family. Why do you say you owe the Sendo family? Because it's true, for me and for all the folk here. They've been sorting out stuff for the whole village, always. Okay, let's talk about Makoto keeping quiet. We're looking for clues about alibis. Feel free. What Makoto can't say. Makoto seems to have some secrets that she can't even tell Masao. Do you have any idea about that? Along with his inheritance, our father left us the family secrets. Secrets that could ruin the Sendo's reputation. It can only be that. Inherited secrets. What an inheritance. Can you tell me what the secrets are? What you inherited. And those secrets are... They're secrets. I'd never tell a soul about them, least of all someone like you. Ouch. That's mean. I have been here nice taking this seriously, and you just insulted me. My feelings. Let's go to the shrine. May I ask you some questions? What kind of spirit hasn't snatched you away yet? A spirit. Can you tell me more about the spirit? It roams the village looking for wrongdoers. It stares at them with its beastly eyes, covers them with its cape, and makes them disappear. Okay. Okay, she's the only one here. Let's go into the manor. After you. You look tired. I think you should rest. Don't worry, I'm fine. You're all back last night. Let me ask you this again. Where were you last night around the time that Chisugo died? I was in my bedroom all night. Once I got ready to sleep, that's what I did till morning. Makoto was by herself in her room. The commotion this morning. Where were you this morning when Chisugo was found? Still in my bedroom. I've got a bad knee, you see. Lately I've been going to the clinic like one would go on a daily walk. Alone in your room. Can anyone back up your claims about you being in your room? I don't think so. I saw Seiko walking down the hallway before I fell asleep, but I don't know if that proves anything. Okay, Seiko has been witnessed. Oh, I can talk to you about that. You saw Seiko. Did you notice anything else? I heard Masayo's voice. She was calling out for her cat in the garden. Masayo was also a witness. Okay. Yeah, I can ask you about Chisugo and Makoto. Sorry to bother you at a moment like this. No, I understand, it's your job, and talking makes me feel a little better anyway. The commotion this morning. Where were you when your husband was found? In my bedroom, like always, which is separate from my husband's, like always. Oh, she sounds sad about it. Chisugo and Makoto. Did Chisugo ever tell you anything about the storehouse key? No, never. He wasn't a secretive man, but he didn't like people to intrude on his personal space or alone time either. Maybe that's why we had separate bedrooms for so long. She seems really sad about it, and I feel bad. Let's talk about why you slept in different rooms. Separate bedrooms. That means you can't be sure when exactly your husband left his room. Exactly. He liked to go on walks at night or early in the morning when there are no people around, but I'd usually be asleep. Okay. Let's go to... Let's click on this. I don't know if it's gonna tell me anything, but... Okay, let's go to... the storehouse. Who is this lady? There is some bouncing going on there. Sorry to bother you this hour. May I have a few words with you? Sure thing. Well, how can I help? Nice to meet you. How are you related to the Sendo family? I'm their housekeeper. I've been working for them for a pretty long time. The Sendo family last night. Do you ever stay with the Sendo till late? In particular, I'd like to know if you noticed anything weird last night. I was here till late last night, but there wasn't anything weird going on. Well, maybe one thing. After dinner, I heard Himiko discussing something with Masuo in her room. They sounded like they'd take a while to be done. Nothing else I can ask the housekeeper. Are you taking a break too? Is it all like usual? Do you come to the storehouse often? Not really. I just came to see what all the racket was about. The lock. Was the storehouse door locked this morning? It was. At least it was when I came to check after being woken up by all that noise. Storehouse was locked in the morning. Anything suspicious? Did you notice anything suspicious? Not at all. Didn't notice anything. Okay, that sounded suspicious. The note's still there. And... what's this? Oh, something was dragged away from the door. I didn't read all of that. What's this? There are traces on the floor. Something was dragged away from the door. Okay. I can't talk to anybody here about it, but let's move on to... we'll start down here at the clinic. I don't think I can get any more info from anyone here. Oh, maybe, because someone said she was coming here for her knee. Yeah, probably get some more info here. Let's go to the field road. Nothing yet, but see if he has anything new to say. What you do in the morning. Are you always early in the morning? Sure am, gotta catch the worm and all that. Suspicious individuals. Did you see any suspicious person around dawn? Believe me, I did. I saw some folk walking near the bridge, thought they was Suga for a moment. But then I took me another gander and they was the spirit. Something witnessed at dawn. So you witnessed the spirit at dawn. Tell me more about that, please. What you witnessed. What did the spirit you saw look like? Gotham bull mask and straw cape on. But I couldn't see all that well, since I was heading for the woods from where the Sendo mansion is. Okay. Any more about that? You saw the spirit. Did you notice anything else about it? It was walking weird, limping. The one lady said she had a bad knee. Like they got a bad leg. The spirit was limping. Okay, so... let's quickly go check the police station, but then I want to go back to the clinic and ask the doctor if he has any patients with a limp. Article on the newspaper. Started bothering again. If it isn't the big city detective. Sorry, I've always wanted to say that anyway. How can I help you? Records on the first case. Back in the clinic, I found out about the person who be spirited away, the first person. You know more about that? After hers, 2 more disappearances followed rather soon. It's in the report written by the officer who worked here before me. Suspicious serial disappearances. Oops. What's in the report? What else did the report say? Just give me a second. There it is. The village girl disappeared. Parents filed a missing person report, and she was found dead 5 days later. 3 days later, a man went missing. His wife organized a search in the woods. 2 days later, they found his body. Just a week later, another man went missing. The village doctor reported the man had been worried about something. He was found dead the day after the search was initiated. Connection between the 3. Did those 3 victims know each other? It's a small village, so we all know each other here. That's not saying much. Oh, but it seems like the 3rd man who went missing was friends with the girl. Maybe it was her disappearance that had him so worried. Back to the clinic. It's down here. Yeah. And I think I can bring up someone having a limp. Yeah, the spirit was limping. Asking if he has any patients with a limp. Your recent patients. Have you visited any member of the Sendo family as of late? Yes, not too much ago. Nothing major though. Makoto's knee was just giving her some trouble. That's old age for you. Makoto has a bad knee. Okay. Exactly what I wanted to know. Now we'll see if we can go talk to Makoto. That's who I thought it was from the beginning. Okay, apparently you can't get any more info from here. Let's check the storehouse. We'll probably get some more info here. Anything in the memos? Makoto's bad knee. Makoto's bad knee. Do you ever escort Makoto to the clinic? Me? Oh no, I'd just be a third wheel. Third wheel. I'm not sure I understand who the second wheel would be. Come on, I mean Tsugo. Oh, hush hush. But did you know? Tsugo's room has a hidden door that leads directly to Makoto's room. That's awful! Okay. Where is Tsugo? Let's go to the manor again here. Okay, nothing there. Let's check out the field road. Nothing here. Let's check out the crime scene. Nothing here. Let's go down to the shrine. Okay, so oops. So apparently, allegedly, there might be some more information I can get at the shrine. He doesn't say that when he walks in, but he doesn't say that there isn't any more information, so... Let's see. Yeah. Witness the spirit. Have you witnessed it? Have you ever witnessed a spirit kidnapping somebody? All I've seen was its mask moving around. It was dusk, but I could tell the greater powers, the raging powers were controlling it. Old Graham might have seen it. The first disappearance. Do you know anything about the person who was spirited away from- the first person that was spirited away from the village? The day before it happened, someone was possessed by a spirit near the edge of the village. They say you could hear a man scream in fear, and then his voice slowly fade away, but you could not see him. That man. Fade away? What happened to that man? The priestess before me said that he crossed the bridge. When he came close to the Senno mansion, he disappeared for good. Okay. Nothing new here. Let's see if I can get anything from Field Road. I don't remember which location I just visited. Pretty sure I got all the information from here. Let's try the police station. Probably get some more information, but I don't think I have asked them about it yet then. Are you looking for your Katmasu? What? How'd you know? Did you deduce that detective style? Shugo's habits. I heard that Shugo had a habit of taking long walks. Do you know if this route would have taken him to the bridge? He'd leave at 4 AM in the morning and walk through the whole village, including the bridge, so maybe he wasn't just taking a random walk. Maybe he wanted to pay his respects at the spot where his brother died. The bridge Charo fell from. Where did it happen? If you know where exactly from the bridge he fell, I'd like to know. I do know. Should I walk you there? Thank you. Please do so later. Is she gonna push me? It sounds like she's gonna push me. Pretty sure about the info I can from here. Okay. I guess let's start from the beginning and move back again, because I'm not entirely sure where I can go. Nothing in the woods. Probably nothing at the shrine. Maybe something in the manor? Nothing in the manor. Nothing in the storehouse. Probably nothing in the clinic. Nothing in the clinic. Oh, I can deduce. I literally didn't see the deduce button until now. Okay. Deduce. My bad. Okay. Time to put together all the info I got. People have been spirited away one after the other around the Sendo family, including Toshigo, and these don't look like accidents. However, there's no evidence or witness testimony strong enough to hone in on a suspect. That's why many still believe this was all a doing of a supernatural being. And among the villagers, some have allegedly witnessed this supernatural being firsthand. What did they say? That it was wearing a mask? Oh, the spirit was limping. Okay, it's not the spirit was limping. Oh. Witness the spirit? Right, I got a witness testimony about seeing a mysterious figure wearing the spirit's paraphernalia. Other testimonies have started painting a clearer picture of the suspect. Unfortunately, none of them are precise enough to accuse any single individual. The figure of a woman wearing the mask and straw cape. This figure had one more interesting feature about it. What was it? Was that the limp? Spirit was limping. Right, the person wearing the spirit's costume walked with a limp. The deed was done late at night. As expected, almost nobody has a strong alibi. But if I compare all I heard, I should be able to single out a prime suspect. Kamiko and Masuo were bickering till late. Their alibis match. But there's someone whose alibi hasn't been corroborated by anyone else. Who is it? Makoto? Makoto was by herself in her room. Right, Makoto said she was in her bedroom by herself, but nobody can confirm that. It's not much, but now I do have some witness statements and a possible suspect. Problem is, I can't just believe everything I hear from these people. I need to understand the inner workings and power struggles in the Sendo family if I want to solve this case. Who are the most suspicious ones right now? Okay, it was Toshigo and Makoto. I literally went through like every other choice before I clicked this one. Right, I have to be wary of the connection between these two. I scrapped the info I'm not gonna need anymore. I got some useful info about alibis and the spirit. I need to take a better look at the village from the bridge where it all started. Head of the family. It seems to me like the title Head of the Family was somewhat of an obsession for Tsugo. Stop beating around the bush, just say it. You think it was a murder to become head of the family. It's understandable. If it were me, I'd say the end justifies the means. Why is it so important? Why does the title of the head of the family matter so much? It's not just the title, it's the perks it comes with. And yet, Ichichara wanted to be the one to finally cut ties with this unsightly tradition, as he called it. The Sendo tradition. So Ichichara wanted to change things in the Sendo family? He and Toshiko would argue about that on a daily basis. One would say that the family had fought hard to protect the secrets. The other would say the statute of limitations doesn't apply to morals. You know what? We ought to thank the spirit for taking away that dangerous individual at a crucial moment. Thanks. And we're at the bridge, allegedly the place of the crime. Look for conclusive evidence. I'm scared she's gonna push me off the bridge. There you are. Hello, detective. The bridge's location. Thank you for showing me the way. I thought the only way to reach here was through the fields. You can also get to the bridge to the shrine or through our house on the storehouse side. The path to here. I think I'll check out the roads you told me about once more. You're not afraid of a long walk, huh? Must be why they call you people gumshoes. Anyway, if there's anything else I can help you with, please let me know. I'll be here for a while. Thank you. Talk about the spirit limping. Walking with a limp. The spirit was witnessed on this bridge at dawn. Looks like it was walking with a limp. The spirit had a limp? See. Okay. Let's check out the woods again. She's here now. Each color of the priestess. May I bother you again? What is it? You're still here? This morning around dawn, were you at the shrine? My duties began as soon as the sun rises. Did anyone come here? Did you see anyone? Someone was walking in the woods, away from the road. They started running, maybe because they'd noticed me. I didn't catch their face. The culprit ran from old Graham. Toshiko in the costume. Would you know why the spirit's costume was placed on Toshiko's body? No, but I could sense something. A strange smell coming from the cape. A weird smell on the cape. Can I ask you about any of these things? Specifically the smell. I cannot. Okay. Is there anybody else here? Oh no, there was only you because... Oh, there's somebody. And the kitty. Hello, good weather today, isn't it? Oh, hello yourself. Beats me about the weather. The wood's so dark you barely know. Come here often. Do you come often to this part of the woods? Ain't nobody come here all that much. Them's the spirit woods after all. No trash around, see? Toshiko in the costume. Did somebody put the spirit's costume on Toshiko's after he died? Scary stuff. Makes one wonder. Some things we just can't explain. Talk to the kitty. Did the cat find something? Examine. There's a hair brooch under a pile of fallen leaves. The local officers must have missed it because of the leaves. It's in good condition. It must have been dropped lately. Beautiful hair brooch. I'm sassing about it. Well, considering... maybe it could be the wife we're visiting. Beautiful hair brooch. This hair brooch was found near the body. Have you ever seen it before? A hair brooch in the woods? That's one strange find for sure. But no luck, detective. Never done see the thing before. Okay. Beautiful hair brooch. I found this brooch near the body. Have you ever seen it before? I haven't, but I recognize the smell. It's faint, but it's there. It's just like... Is it like what was on the cape? Any more about that? No, okay. Let's go back here, see if I can ask her anything about maybe the brooch. I can ask about the hairbrush. Okay. The dropped hairbrush. This was found near the body. Have you ever seen it before? This hairbrush, it's... I'm sorry, I'm afraid I shouldn't tell you anything more about that. Is that an option? You could just be like, I don't want to tell you. Okay. Let's go to the shrine. I don't think... Oh, there is... Why is the maid at the shrine? Oh, are you here to visit the shrine? My, no. Just taking a long way around. Got a few pounds to shed. Graham. The lady that people call Old Graham. Just who is she? She's the spirit priestess. She's in charge of the shrine. How long has she been the priestess? Do you have any idea how old she is? I was wondering if she could know more about the people who were spirited away in the past. Old Graham has been an Old Graham forever now. I guess there was a different priestess in charge before her. But good luck telling them apart. They've got the exact same faces, really. Beautiful hair brooch. Have you ever seen this hair brooch before? Let me see. It's familiar. I think I saw Makoto wearing this one time. No, I'm sure it's Makoto's. It's Makoto's hair brooch. So, let's go back to the bridge. And ask her about the brooch. I mean, she could really easily just pass off and say she dropped it when she was at the scene, but... Did this hair brooch belong to Makoto? It definitely resembles the hair brooch that Grandma might have had, maybe. She once told me she'd gotten it as a gift from someone special. Hair brooch memories. Okay. Let's go to the house now. Oh, there's nobody here. Okay, well she's down here. Thank you for your help. Detective, have you discovered anything? How are you doing? Are you sure you don't need to take a rest? Some of the villagers told me the same earlier. They must be worried about me. But they're going to turn this into another fairy tale. It's a shame the spirit had to take your husband, they said. Murder became an old wives' tale. The dropped hair brooch. I found this brooch near the body. Have you ever seen it before? It looks somewhat familiar. Is this related to my husband's death? I'm sorry, but I can't say for sure yet. If that brooch belongs to someone in the family, you could try asking your housekeeper. She's very well informed about this kind of thing. Okay, that's everything in here for now. Let's go into the storehouse. Excuse me, there's something I would like to ask you. What is it? Last night. What did you do last evening after dinner? I'm assuming you're asking me for my alibi. I was talking with Masuo about our family's future. He never gives me straight answers, so it's always an ordeal. He wasted so much time dodging my questions that it was a little late at night when we were done. Ask him, he'll tell you the same thing. Miko and Masuo were together. The dropped hair brooch. I found this brooch near the body. Have you ever seen it before? You found this there? So what? You're saying it must belong to the murderer? Stop staring at me like that. It's not mine. Oof. She was angry. Okay, the something was dragged. Let's take a look at that statue. Or the costume. Traces. There's a tiny bit of light coming through. It looks like there are cracks on the wall. Look carefully. With that cracked wall out of the way, you could probably slip a mask through, but it's not large enough for a person to go through it. Okay, let's talk about the brooch. Sorry to bother you again. Never mind, what is it? Your relationship with Toshigo. I won't sugarcoat it. Did you and Toshigo have a relationship to keep a secret from Seiko? Does that have anything to do with this case? It does. Depending on your answer, I might have to disregard all of your previous statements. Well, it's true. Toshigo and I had a secret relationship. Makoto and Toshiko's secret bond. The dropped hair brooch. I found this brooch near the body. Have you ever seen it before? This was near the body? Who knows? I can't be sure. Sounds like a lie. Everybody's like super surprised about the brooch. This hair brooch is yours. I have it on good authority that this brooch belongs to you. It could, or it could not. Are you telling me you don't know? I have dozens of hair brooches, you know. Hair brooch memories. Didn't you get this as a gift from someone special? Detective, could you give me some time? Talk about your secret relationship then. How long has this secret relationship of yours been going on? Someone else asked me this question before. It was a detective with the same family name as you have. And our relationship had already started back then. We chased that detective away from the village to protect our secret. Gramps also worked in these cases. Are you threatening me, by the way? Because it sounds like you're threatening me. My grandfather's involvement. My grandfather wasn't able to get any statement from you. Back then, I'd have died rather than have that secret brought to light. I remember that your grandfather smoked quite a lot. Do you share his habit? Unfortunately, tobacco was never my thing. I don't smoke. I see him picking up like a cigarette all the time. Okay. So, let's just double check, but I think that's all I can ask of them for now. Yeah. Okay, so let's go down to the clinic. Hello there, Masuo. Hello, Detective. Why are you here? Are you not feeling well? Why are you here? Oh, I'm fine. I just had to chat with the doctor. He's the only one around here who's worth talking to. Talking with family. I know you don't speak much with Himiko, but is the same true for the others like Seiko and Makoto? Yes, we don't speak much. I'm talking to Seiko as she is right now. Perish the thought. Just furious at how Chishigo's death is being treated as yet another supernatural phenomenon. Himiko and Masuo were together. Yeah, alibi for last night. I heard that you and Himiko were discussing something in her room on the night of the disappearances. Yes, we were. She wanted to discuss our family's future. Well, discuss is not quite right. I mostly had to listen to her monologue. By the time she was satisfied, it was already late, and neither of us left the house after that. He was spirited away too. So the consensus seems to be that Chishigo has been spirited away? Well, about that. What, did you notice anything? Did you know that in the past spirited away cases, the mask was set up above the body as if to look down on them? The mask was in a different location this time. The mask was in a different spot. So in the past, the victim wasn't wearing the mask. Exactly, unlike this time. Maybe this case isn't as the same as the past ones. The mask was near the bodies. Talk about the brooch. The dropped hair brooch. I found this brooch near the body. Have you ever seen it before? A hair brooch? I'm sorry, but I don't really notice this kind of thing. But it belongs to the murderer. We can at least tell that it was a woman who did it. It's too early to say. Anyway, thank you. Somebody else in here I can talk to about the brooch. I think this is the doctor. Sorry to barge in again, doctor. Oh, detective, it's you again. Still hard to work, I see. Anything unusual? Has there been anything unusual going on here lately? Not really, apart from your presence. The villagers are all as healthy as it gets. They only come here to chat over a cup of tea. A dropped hair brooch. I found this brooch near the body. Have you ever seen it before? A hair brooch, is it? We don't really deal with those in my profession, but let me see. I'm afraid I can't help you. I've never seen it before. That's all for here. Okay, so let's go up to the field now. Hello, good brother today, isn't it? Hello, detective. Yep, there's a nice clean sky. Your usual day. Do you pass by here daily? Sure do. Them is my field close ahead. Chishigo uses this room daily too. We come to say hello to all of us. Them send us some upright folks to tell you as much. Chishigo's patrol. Chishigo would patrol these roads every single day. Patrol? Nothing so scary. Just checking in on us village to see if we've been doing well. You could call it going overboard. He doesn't worry too much. The dropped hair brooch. I found this brooch near the body. Have you ever seen it before? Near the body, is it? You know what? I done seen this before. It was a Sendo lass. Miko, or was it Makoto? Maybe it just looks like one of them. Let's see if I can ask you anything. Okay. So now we're moving up to the police station. Isn't this the farmer? Hello, good weather today, isn't it? Oh, hello. Is anything wrong? Why are you here at the police station? Is anything wrong? Oh, no, just bring a couple of greens to the officer. Funny thing, I done run into Chishigo here just yesterday. Had vegetables for him too. Can't believe I ain't never seeing him again. Does Chishigo here often? Did you meet Chishigo around here often? Around here, he was always walking around, so you'd run into him everywhere. Dropped hair brooch. This hair brooch was found near the body. Have you ever seen it before? Let me see. A hairbrush looks very expensive too. Way back when, Shugo said he didn't buy a hairbrush from abroad. Said the customs taxed them naked. Could it be that? Listen to me. Like them was the only hairbrush in the world. Haha. Just Shugo imported a hairbrush. Okay. Come up and deduce. Time to pick together all the info I got. Chishigo was praised for his efforts to help Makoto and her child after they lost Ichitaro. However, his motives went beyond simple kindness. My grandfather walked into the same wall while he was on the road to solve the case. There's a relationship that could turn all I assumed about this case on its head. Between whom? Makoto and Chishigo's secret relationship. Right. Because of this, my grandfather couldn't get any valid statements about the disappearances. After the body was carried away, I found this hairbrush in the woods. After asking around, I finally found the owner. That gave me a suspect and a glimpse of a secret bond between two people. Toshigo bought this brooch from overseas and gave it to someone as a gift. So, whom did he give it to? Makoto. Right, the hairbrush belongs to Makoto. Somebody has put the spirit's mask and straw cape on Toshigo's body, and he was found like that. That costume must have made an appearance in the past cases, but in a different way. Mitsuo, who was there when the other disappearances took place, told me about it. How was the spirit costume used in those past cases? It was around the body. It was like above, looking down. The mask was near the body. Right, in those cases, the mask was propped up above the victim's body as if looking down on it. Just like with those who came before him, Toshigo's death is being treated as him being spirited away. However, something that Mitsuo said keeps bothering me. In those past cases, the mask was found next to the body, but in the most recent case, the mask was in a different location. Right, the mask was on the body, or rather the body was wearing it. I scrapped the info I'm not going to need anymore. There's reason to believe that this case is different from the ones that came before it. We're definitely getting a lot of information. Sorry to bother you while you're so busy. They're like all in line. Please get it over with as fast as you can. Are you here to tell us you found the culprit? I wish that was the case. Unfortunately, I'm out of time. Out of time? What do you mean? My superior's called. I need to get back to the office to report. Detective. There's the spirit seen walking with a limp, the hairbrush found near the body, the costume taken from the storehouse, and most importantly, the power struggle within the Sendo family, all points to a single suspect. But I have no warrant right now. Unfortunate as that is, my investigation for today ends here. Till next time. My grandfather carried out an investigation in this village years before me. And just like me, he probably had to cross this bridge while the suspects looked at him go. Leave it to me, Gramps. I won't let the culprit get away scot-free. Time to make deductions based on all the info I got. 3 people spirited away in a mysterious coincidence. That was the first case. Then came the second. This time it was the head of the Sendo family, Ichitaro, who got spirited away. Both were felt as unfortunate accidents. That is, despite the doubts that some raised, all disappearances were blamed on simple misfortune. And that costume, always put there as if to say that a spirit was behind it all. I don't have enough evidence to prove it, but what's the truth behind these disappearances? The Sendo family was behind it. The first disappearance was a crime by the Sendo family, the next 2 were necessary to cover it up. The next case came out of the struggle for the head of the family title, but this time it's different. The mask and straw cape put on Toshigo after he died were supposed to be kept in the Sendo storehouse, but the storehouse was locked and nobody could have entered it. However, there were some traces there, traces of something being dragged. So who took the spirit costume out of the storehouse? Well, nobody could fit, so the cat? Right, some way, somehow, the cat was made to drag the costume out of the storehouse. By putting a certain smell on the straw cape and taking advantage of the cat's training, the culprit got it to take the costume out. It looks like the Bogeyman's actually coming for me. Like, he got some lanky arms. Then there's the hair brooch that was found in the spirit woods. That belonged to Makoto. Makoto won't talk about why that brooch was there. This is probably a vital piece of evidence for this case. But when exactly did the hair brooch fall into the spirit woods? A long time ago? No, okay. During the murder? No? Okay. After a murder as a deception. Right, the culprit must have placed it there on purpose after murdering Shigo. It didn't have a single scratch, and it wasn't stained with soil or blood. It was probably meant to disrupt the investigation. The boogeyman he boogieing in closer. Then the spirit was witnessed. It walked in a very peculiar way with a limp. But then again, another statement talked about that same figure running away. The spirit walked in that recognizable way on the bridge where people could see it. What does the contradiction between these two statements tell me about the culprit? It pretended to have a bad leg. Right, the culprit pretended to limp, assuming that people would notice it. But on the way back from the woods, rather than take the risk of being seen close up, the culprit sprinted away. Right? I didn't even make that connection. Be close. Taking all of this into account, who killed Shigo, the most recent person to be spirited away? Makoto? Mitsuo? Masayo? There's a dark past behind the case, dark enough to drive you to the point of committing murder. It's the Sendo's dark past, and it's an unforgivable history. However, I must stop you. The real culprit, the one hiding behind the spirit, it's you, Masayo. Ah, so you knew, Detective. No, Masayo, I tried my luck. You probably knew that it was Shishigo who killed your grandfather. And you also knew that Makoto, who he was having an affair with, condoned that murder. Forced to rely on those people to survive, you fell into despair. That's what I assumed. The day before the murder, you asked Shishigo to open the storehouse for you, and you set up your trick. The next morning, you shoved him off the bridge, and then headed to the storehouse again. You used the toy ball to lead your cat around without having to enter the building yourself. With the mask and star cape now in your possession, you approached Shishigo's dead body. You set up the scene as you needed, and then went back to your everyday life. There are two things my mother always used to tell me. The Sendo family is cursed and should not be allowed to exist. And I will never forgive the Sendo family. Masayo. Detective, I was ready to kill you rather than let you leave the village with the wrong idea about this death. I hope my investigation was to your satisfaction. Did I get anything wrong? You did not. Please, arrest me. Did you come here to confess your crime to me? No, I wanted to. It's a long trip to the police station. I'll walk you there. Jingle, jingle. Yeah, what's wrong? Detective, may I ask you a favor? If it's anything I can help with. Does she want the cat to go to like a good home? At first, I had no idea that my grandfather had been working on those related cases. I only knew that he'd been working on them, but that was it, and my grandmother probably kept quiet because of her own secrets. Masayo, I'd like to hear more about you. About me. I want to know what led you to commit this crime. Please talking to Masayo. Visiting time is almost over, so I won't be able to get into much detail. That's fine. The Sendo family is its own little world, closed off from the rest. The head of the family has power over everything, and the village treat him as a king. As far as I know, the first disappearance was the family's way of hiding how one of them had killed a girl. The girl's father had become suspicious of the Sendo, and they spirited him away to protect themselves. The third person to disappear was a friend of the girl's. Must have been another inconvenience for the family. So the spirit struck once again. And so the head of the family kept the secret, only revealing it to a successor. But can I ask you about Ichitaro's death? Go ahead. Shishigo killed him to take his place as head of the family, correct? Yes, my grandfather, Ichitaro, wanted to cut ties with the Sendo's traditions and end the whole head of the family thing. But that would make the family's dark past resurface, and the Sendo's reputation would have been destroyed. Shishigo thought that Ichitaro wasn't fit to lead the Sendo, and so he killed his brother, protecting the family. Since Makoto's affair had probably already started, that must mean she knew about it but kept silent. Most likely, yes. And then, Masayo, we come to you. The main difference between this disappearance and the others was the location of the mask. The other people who were spirited away were found with the mask staring down at them, but this time it was that the spirit itself had been killed. It lay there lifeless with its mask on. That crime scene showed how much he resented the Sendo family. Shugo made sure that Makoto's daughter married into a wealthy family. She gave birth to you and then died of illness. My mother was a frail woman to begin with. Her new family treated her like an object. They were the kind of family to chase you away as soon as your mother had a son, which is what they wanted, it figures. Your grandfather was killed because of a power struggle, and your mother died because of a political marriage. I can't fathom how deep the grudge you held against the Sendo line goes. You became the spirit and struck back against the family that has spirited away so many. So, you got your revenge, isn't that so? Detective, yes? I would have pushed every last one of them off that bridge. If you hadn't found me out, that is. Looks like it's time. Masayo. Even the smallest village can attract enough attention. The media are storming the Sendo mansion. The headline is, an old family whose serial murders have come to light. I'll schedule another visit. Next time we can talk about your cat. And that was the case solved. Thank you so much for watching, everybody. I really enjoyed playing that. If you guys would like to see the third case file, because yes, there is more to the game, please feel free to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. I would really appreciate it. And I will see you guys next time. Thank you. Bye.